All right. Well, like I said, my name is Lizzy Duncan, and I am a member of the Inside Sales team here at NCR Silver. And since we are taping the webinar today, I have muted the phone lines. But if you do have any questions for me during the presentation, you can type those in the Q&A box for me. So today we're going to go through a look at the app on my iPad. We're going to look at the Silver back office area. And the first thing I do have to show you is just a few slides to go through with pricing and a few more details you might find handy. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So what is NCR Silver? Well, it's more than just a payment solution or just a point of sale. We really designed it to be a full solution, for small to medium businesses. So it does, of course, help you track your sales and your inventory, allows you to sell anywhere. You could have a brick and mortar where you're on, in one location all the time, and that's great. Or you can take Silver with you to conventions, or if you have a mobile business like a food truck, Silver is the great fit there too. And then also there's a lot of great built-in tools for you to help you market to your customers, like our email marketing feature and loyalty program, which we'll take a better look at when we look in the Silver back office. So the Silver point of sale is cloud-based, and what that really means is there's two parts to it. You would download the NCR Silver app from the App Store onto your iPad or Silver Register bundle. And then when you set up your account, you'll also get what we call your back office, which is really just a website you log into. And that's going to be where you're going to grab all your reports, send out those email marketings, that's where you'll find your customer management page and database. And the app and the back office talk back and forth automatically about every 3 to 5 minutes as you go. And on the actual point of sale app, there's a lot of different features for different business types. So like we have a few listed here. Silver can be a great fit for retail. We do offer returns, discounts, item variations, different sizes, flavors, colors. Silver is also a good fit for quick service restaurants. And so a quick service restaurant would be where you probably pay at the counter. You don't need a table map or to split checks. Silver does have kitchen printing and food modifiers built right in. So it is a good fit for food trucks, quick service, delis, cafes, coffee shops, things like that. All right. Well, one thing you do get that makes NCR Silver a little bit different than competitors is you always have full access to our customer care team. So they are a U.S.-based call center. They're open 24/7, like I said. They are available by phone, by email, by text, and by chat. So you can reach out to them in those 4 different ways. And they're there not only for technical issues as usual for, say, hardware, but you can call them just to learn how to get the most out of, one of the Silver features or the Silver system in general. Now here I have an example of our hardware bundle that goes with your iPad. So you provide the iPad with Silver, and then we provide this hardware bundle for $4.99. And it has your cash drawer. It's a 13-inch cash drawer, receipt printer that can connect by Bluetooth, or you can hardwire it if you want to. It does include the Silver stand for your iPad and the MSR, the credit card swipe, that plugs into the side of your iPad. Now, there's 2 different options for the monthly fee for Silver. The annual contract is $79 a month. It does include a lot of goodies, though. It includes setup service. It does include monthly menu or inventory maintenance and ongoing training, online training for new features. It's also going to include hardware support. So any hardware you purchase from NCR directly, if something breaks down, we ship you a new one for free. It's usually going to go out overnight, just depending on what day you put your request in of the week. Now, coming soon, the Silver Concierge plan will also include data analytics coming to you automatically through your email. And we expect to have that service up and running by the end of this year, possibly within the next 30 days or so. Now, you can also have all this at $99 a month. It would just be a month-to-month contract. So it is your choice whether you want to sign up for the annual contract or go month-to-month. All right, guys, well, I am going to switch over now, switch gears. We're going to take a live look at the app on my iPad. So with Silver, you can use any iPad as long as it's an iPad 2 or newer. And right here, I have an iPad Air 1 that I use for my demos. It works great. So when you set up your employees to use the Silver point of sale app, everyone gets their own 4-digit PIN number. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that here. Now at this point, I can also clock in. There's a built-in time clock with Silver. So let's go ahead and do that. It looks like I did clock in a few days ago already, and I forgot to clock out, so that little error message came up for me to alert me. And so this is a new shift that we're logging in today. I'm going to press on the Open Shift button, and let's just say that we don't have any starting cash in our drawer today, so I'll just go ahead and press Done. This is the main point of sale screen. This little green icon here in the upper right hand corner will just let you know that you're online, connected to internet. Now in the bottom right hand corner, we're going to have all the categories that we preset in the back office, and you can have as many categories as you want with Silver. Now 15 are initially going to show up on the iPad screen, but if you have more than 15 categories, I could just slide through with my finger here to find more. Now the star button here, this is for favorites items. If you have items that you sell a lot of and you want to be able to find super quick, you could put them down as a favorite. Another way to look up items is to use this magnifying glass in the upper right hand corner. And I can search by anything in its name or description field. So let's go ahead, let's type in green. So anything with green in its name or description field will come up for me. And a jelly bean kind of sounds good, so let's add that to our ticket. Now this item is based on weight, so let's go ahead and say we have 2 pounds of jelly beans. Silver will calculate the price for me there. Now at the bottom of our point of sale screen, you see we have this hold button. If somebody forgets their wallet or purse, we could put this ticket on hold for them and recall that when they come back in the shop. I could do a clear here, a ticket clear, perform a discount or a tax override, or if you're using integrated gift cards with Silver, you can check a gift card balance here. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some more tickets to, or items to my ticket. Now I did mention before that Silver can have item variations, so different sizes, for instance. So let's add some athletic shorts to our ticket. So a variation is forced. If I've set up different sizes for an item, I have to pick one if I add it to the ticket. Let's go ahead with our medium shorts. And then, of course, let's go, another good example for food would be our Cafe Grill category. And if I add a hot dog to my ticket, I can also have food modifiers. Now, this can be forced as well. I don't have this forced screen set up on my demo account. But if I did and I added this hot dog to the ticket, all my different toppings would automatically pop up. And I can pick, let's go ahead with some onions, ketchup. We can go for mustard. And I know a lot of people are probably not happy with my mixing of selections here. But let's go ahead and add that on. And so with Silver, we could also print out a kitchen ticket that would show just the modifiers and the items and notes as well, no prices or regular retail information. So once I'm done, I'm ready to check out. I just go down here to check out. And I'll pick my payment type. Let's go with cash. We have a couple, quick buttons here. I could go next dollar. Let's go exact change for this ticket. Now I've got my system set on quick checkout. So the minute that I put in the payment and we don't have any change left, then it would skip to the next ticket. But it's up to you how you want to set your system up. You could have a screen pop up that asks you whether you want to print or email a receipt. But in my settings, I've just chosen to have it go right to the next ticket just to show you the quickest checkout option possible. Now, a few other things we can do on the iPad here, guys, is if I click on this left little icon in the left-hand corner, this little home button, from here I can access the back office, or I can go to other functions. So other functions would be, for instance, if I want to pull up my hourly sales report, I could do that here on the iPad. We can go by hour or every half hour. So let's say we pick today, and you can see that from 2 to 3 p.m. we had 0 sales, but we did have 0.85 labor hours assigned for that time period. Another thing we can do is look at time clock data right here on the iPad. And you can see Lizzy Duncan is clocked in right now. Last but not least, under other functions, we can do a customer lookup. So you can look for existing customers by name or phone or email address. I'm going to look up the name Lizzy. And so if I look myself up here, I can see that I have a loyalty reward that expired just recently. And also I'm working on a new 10% off award, and I have 59 more points to unlock that. You can also keep notes for any customer. You can assign them to a category and track of course, their email address, phone number, and physical home address if you want to. So I'm going to go ahead, let's ring up one more ticket, guys, then we'll take a look at the back office. So let's say I do have an existing customer in the shop and I want to make sure they're assigned to the ticket. I just press Assign Customer, and once again we could look up Lizzy. And so now I am on the ticket earning my loyalty points, or I could have my receipt emailed to me. But let's add another hot dog. Let's go to the clothing category. We'll go with a scarf. I'm going to pick out navy and wool. In this case, I do have a discount to apply, so we'll tap the discount button. Let's say we're going with the family discount, and this is a 15% off discount, and that would be for the whole ticket for this one. So once I'm done, I would once again press checkout. I am going to go ahead and let's pay with check for this ticket. And of course that would be exact change. My email address is already on file, so I could have my receipt emailed, and boom, we're ready for the next customer in line. So that was a quick look at the actual point of sale app in action, guys, but I did want to spend the rest of the time looking at the back office end. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about that part as well. So let me bring that screen over for you. Here we go. So here is my Silver Gift Shop back office. Now this part I'm showing you, I am sharing this using my Dell laptop. So for the back office part, you don't have to be on the iPad. You don't have to be at the store. You can log into this from anywhere. You just want to use the Chrome browser. And so this is going to be where you're going to go in and do most of your setup, grab your reports, send out email campaigns. And this is the main screen that you come in on. It shows all some of the dashboard information we have for you. We could look at an activity snapshot for today. We could look at some business alerts. So two examples here. Discounts higher than usual have been rung up at the store, and sales were higher than usual on Monday. You can look at your last 6-week trends by sales or transactions. And also, once again, if you're using any of those discount codes or offers, we can see how each one of those is doing. including email campaigns. Also under the My Store tab is another sales dashboard. I do like to show this one. It's another hourly or half an hour average you can look at to see maybe when you're busiest. This might come in handy when you're looking at staffing needs, things like that. And last but not least, we do have a customer dashboard. You can take a look at your top 10 customers. You can see who is signing up for your email campaigns. And also a little bit more quick info about your email campaigns. If you are sending them out and connecting them to your Facebook page, you can see how many Facebook clicks you have and coupon codes redeemed back in the store with you that you've emailed out. Moving along to results, this is where all of your reports would be found. Now you can see we have a lot of reports in here, so we won't go through all of them, but a few that I did want to definitely show you today. Under operations, the shift report. So this is where we've counted our cash down for the day and just tracking all the different payment tenders, things like that. And you can see the employee, their clock in time, and normally their clock out time, but it looks like Mr. Greg Cook forgot to clock out yesterday. But we can see all of his payment tenders taken in, any cash deposits or payouts, and then we can see if Greg is over or short by any amount. If Greg does have access as an employee to do a discount or price override, clear a ticket, we could see that info here as well. Now, any of the reports in the back office you can export out in PDF, CSV, Excel formats would be the most popular, but there are a few more here. You can also print that to your office printer. And you can go back to any date range you want to pull up reporting today, last 7 days, last 30 days, or a custom date range that you want to see. The other report under operations that I wanted to make sure to show you is that time clock report. So you can see that I'm still clocked in for today, but after I clock out, it would show my total hours worked. Under sales, we have the item sales report. So this is key because it will show you every category that you have, every item under that category and what you've sold. So you can really see what's most popular. Another neat thing about this report is I can click on show variations. And so I can even compare different sizes, flavors, colors of that same item and the sales of those different variations for the same item. So I can see really what's most popular and maybe least popular. Now for customers, I do have this bulk email report. So once again, if I am sending out email campaigns, I can see how many people are opening those and redeeming the coupon code within those if I put one in, and how many total ticket sales that brought back to me at the store. Now, if you want to, you can look up an actual, if we need to look up with just one ticket and want to see the data there, I can do that here under Pos Transactions. We're always storing all the receipts back in the back office here too. And this is a good example. You can see my loyalty program message on the bottom of my receipt. You've earned 10% off on your next purchase. You must redeem this within 30 days. So if you have the loyalty program turned on, your customers will get an automatic message here about what they're earning, what they have earned as far as the loyalty. Now, under inventory, of course, this is where you're going to do most of your initial setup, or the concierge team, if you're using that. Of course, they're going to be setting this up for you as well. But we just add our categories back here. You can see we have quite a few in our demo account. And then we can either import items in. And if I click here, we give you a template to do that. Of course, you could enter items. If you don't have a whole lot of items, you could enter them in here one by one. But let's just click on an item just to give you a good idea what that looks like. For the most part, the concierge will take care of this for you initially. But your item can be basic. You could just put an item name, price, and tax rate, or you can get more descriptive. You can assign those variations. So, for instance, if we had different sizes here, we could put those in. You can assign a barcode number to each item, and we do have an optional Bluetooth barcode scanner that can read all standard one-dimensional barcode labels. This is where you could set up items if they're priced by weight or measure. And we're always tracking as far as your cost for each item and your primary vendor as well, so you can take a look at what your margins are. Also under inventory is where you would set up your food modifier groups. So some examples would be those hot dog toppings, pizza toppings, salad dressings, any of those. Usually a food business is going to use modifiers, but there are always exceptions here. And we set up our discount codes or promotions like buy one, get one free here. Also under inventory, you can see we have quite a few, no limit on the amount of discount codes you want to set up. And last but not least, under inventory is our manage area. So this is where you can set reorder point numbers for your items. So you could run this report to see what you need to order if you're running low. You can receive new items into the back office here. And if I click on count entry, you can also put in a count for each item if you did not put those into your initial import sheet. So you can initially import an item count with each item, but if for some reason you didn't, you could come back here and put your units on hand or package on hand if you receive this item in a box, say of 12. Now, under customers is where we're going to be setting up those email campaigns. And if I click on customize email, this is where you would do that. You can put your logo or picture here and move around your text boxes or your format the way you want it. And at the bottom here is where we put that coupon code for people to print out and bring that back in. A neat thing about these is you can connect these campaigns to your Facebook page. So let's say somebody doesn't necessarily want to sign up for your email marketing, but if they have liked your Facebook page, that's going to show up in their Facebook feed anyway. So maybe they won't miss that sale even if they're not a part of your email marketing campaign. Also on this page is where you'd set up your emailed receipts. And you can turn on a few of our automatic email campaigns. And one example is this welcome email for new customers. So once again, you come in here, you design your own template. But for this one, all you have to do is click on turn email on and save. And Silver's going to automatically send this email out to every new customer you have come in. So once you set it up, turn it on, you don't have to worry about this one anymore. It's an automatic campaign. This is also where the loyalty program is housed, and we kind of went over some details about that. But you can see I'm on the points program, $1 equals 1 point in the Silver back office. And I set up my reward. So you can turn this on right in your back office, set that up, and have customers going on the loyalty program in no time. Every time you do enter a new customer into your database, they're automatically signed up for the loyalty program. And the customer database, this is what that looks like. Now you can import existing customers into your system or add new customers in on the iPad or the back office here. You can also, let's take a look at more detail here. We can see our notes, contact information. If you are using customer categories, you can set those up here, excuse me, as well. And then, as usual, customers always have the option to opt out if you're email marketing. They can do that automatically if they receive an email from you at the bottom of the email, and then they'd be marked here in the back office as a marketing opt-out. All right, guys. Well, last but not least, in the employees area, I did want to show you user roles. So you can set up as many employees as you want, but you'll assign everyone as having a certain user role. So we predefined 5 different roles, but you decide really using these checkboxes exactly what each user role has access to or doesn't have access to do in the back office and the point of sale app. So for instance, if I'm the cashier and I try, right now I don't have access to do a price override. If I try and do that at point of sale, a little alert is going to come up and a manager is going to have to enter their 4-digit PIN number in order for me to complete that transaction. So you can see it does get pretty detailed here. Almost every feature you can select or unselect for the different user roles. And last but not least, under Employee, this is where if I'm a manager, you can come in and make any time clock edits you need to make sure your time clock hour report is correct. You can even put a reason code or notes in there for your reporting. All right, guys, well, that was a quick overview of the features in the back office and the app. I did want to thank everyone watching the recorded version today. Thank you for downloading the recording, and I'm going to stop the recording right now, and we'll go over questions for our live viewers.